So earlier in the day, I was here, same park, same place. Take a look. Isn't it beautiful? It's about to rain, and if it rains, I'm going to capture the rain and try to record and still talk. But earlier, I was here doing sprints, and actually, I'm throwing up the footage here from today and from a week ago when I was out here. So today was particularly, I wouldn't say difficult. The conditions were a little colder. I wouldn't say tough. This is not tough. And the reason why I say it's not tough is just because I have an ego. It's not tough. If you think this is tough, you haven't seen much yet. This is the bare minimum. And if you can get through this kind of a weather, subpar, it's a little below 60. And if you can get below through this, you can get through a lot of things that you don't like to do. And that can shape your journey ahead. I think personal development, self-improvement is very, very personal. And sometimes it is through these long, peaceful, therapy-like walks that I find my answers. And I go into a dream-like state. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Kids biking away. When you're this young, this is my trail. When you're that young, it doesn't matter what life, you seem like you have a lot of time in the world. And so going back to sprints is, those kids took me back to my childhood so quickly. Except that they have fancier bikes. But sprinting, I think, is essential, is so critical. And I was trying to talk about this in my earlier video today. But, sprinting induces amazing benefits all throughout your body. Have you seen an Olympic sprinter, for example? Like, have you seen their physique versus someone who runs long distance? I've seen some of the older folks, meaning Gen X and over, some really, like, seriously dedicated runners, but they look frail and lanky and just no muscle. And so this is why I don't really do long distance running anymore. And I have really good cardio, and I can go a distance, but it's not important to me anymore because I'm not training for anything like long distance. I can hang, definitely, but I value sprinting a lot more because it serves as a HIIT, high intensity interval training. You're in and you're out. And instead of, yes, you can do burpees and you can do box jumps and all of that. And I do all of that. I stairways, right? Stairmasters, going incline. But I just find sprinting it just takes care of all of that. Sprinting takes care of all of that. 10 minutes. If you can give yourself 10 minutes and sprint, and you don't have to go 100%, you will feel your body to mind connection, because sprinting will expose a lot of your weaker areas. And for most of us, it could be like joints, lower back, upper back, ankles, right? Neck. And it engages almost every muscle fiber in your body. It's heavy recruitment. Sprinting is heavy recruitment. It recruits a lot of muscle fibers, and I can feel it. And when you're sprinting, be square and be tight, like stay close, keep your arms close, and just really pay attention to your coordination. Your hand, left to right, right to left, right? How high does your knee come when you're sprinting? How, for every stride, what's what's the length? How much ground are you covering, right? And this leads me to the other thing is, before you even start sprinting, it's going to have you questioning your mobility. Sprinting exposes your mobility. This is a big pipe. This is a big tuna can I'm opening, because this is a whole different video I've made for this, and I need to do new ones as well out here in the open on mobility, stretching, right? Durability. The more you stretch, the more you take time out to, loosen up your tendons and muscle fibers, the better it is for you in that sense. In every sense, actually. I mean it so lightly. It's because I've done martial arts and I've danced all my life, both actually. And so I take my stretching for granted. So earlier, I pulled my left. Yeah, nothing crazy. It's just a slight little twinge and I stopped. And that was the indication that, hey, you need to go back and stretch and then come another time to exert a little bit more. Sprinting doesn't necessarily have to be 100% because you can tear something. I have had bilateral hernia surgery 3 years ago. So my abdominal has had laparoscopic robotic like repair, both sides. And I talk about this very early on when I started my channel. And, you have to kind of watch it, right? If anything, that surgery taught me to train smarter, and I'm in better shape now than I was when I went into surgery. And if anyone wants to talk about hernia, please reach out, comment, start a discussion on the thread. Any of my videos, it doesn't have to be this one here. Any of my videos, as long as it's about health, right? Oh, mental health even. But hernia, I know there's a lot of men putting off that surgery. You can talk to me because I was scared shitless and I have anxiety. So, but I did fine. Anyway, so you gotta watch it, right? If anything, that surgery taught me to train smarter. I can relatively do most things that I did prior to pre-surgery, and post-surgery, I'm just more attentive to my body. Like I can feel there are certain days, right, where your abdominal muscles may feel a little tighter internally, and the gut also. They close off, they repair the intestines, right, with the laparoscopic, I forgot what do you call it, the mesh repair. And so it's also kind of, you can feel, your testicles, right? You can feel heavy sometimes, and that's when you need to stop. So that's the only side effect I would say, if that. But it's almost like it's not there. You start to, I've incorporated that feel as part of my life. Like it's normal. Like I can deal with it. Like these worst things, I can still lift moderately heavy. And you've seen my body on my Instagram, right? It's not. I think it's pretty decent. And I still get carded. I still get mistaken for 20 something every now and then, and which is a great thing. No complaints. But all of that to say this, that listen, as you get older, if you don't leverage your fast twitch muscle fibers, you slowly fade away into the sunset. No pun intended, because I'm struggling with the lighting here. But yeah, you fade away into the sunset, and there's a good chance you will feel every part of your age in that sense, if you don't do the work. Whether for many of you who are walking, I applaud you, because that's in itself, like, it's dark. Like, I see beauty in all of this behind me. Like, for me, when I'm in post-production, this is what I love seeing, is that I did the hard stuff. But is this really hard? No. It's more mental, see? And this is how I've started my Monday. This is how I started my Monday, and the rest of the week, I cannot guarantee I'm going to feel this way, but I know that I've kickstarted Monday, and I've removed all the psychological barriers. One, I was running in my damn sweats. Okay, that in itself kind of hugs you and pulls you down. Like it's sort of in the way in your groin area. I didn't even have my shorts on. So I fought through all the voices to be here and do some of the tough things. It wasn't really tough. It's psychological. So I'm intertwining my topics here, right? But the messaging is the same, is that it's in the doing. I could sit in the car. I could sit on my couch, and I could sit in my Kobe Bryant mural studio, but I can tell you I wouldn't be exuding this kind of energy. This gives me energy. All of this gives me energy. The sprinting I did, now I have PTSD in a good way. I'm looking back early in the day like, wow, I have done so much. When I woke up today, I woke up whining and quote unquote crying. Oh, it's cold and muggy and it's dark, it's gloomy. But these are all mental blocks. These are subconsciously us getting in our way, you know. Um, Folks, if you're not able to sprint, at least please do me a favor and just do your part, do the minimum, and walk. Okay, just that's all you have to do, and don't eat. Don't eat. You know, I ate a little bit. I broke my fast when I went home. Um, oh man, this is gorgeous. The backdrop. Let me chill here. Whew. When I went home, I had fruits, a little bit of mixed nuts, coffee, and a protein bar, and I worked out, fasted before I got here. Today I did arms, pull-ups. Tomorrow will be legs, so I'm going to incorporate a little bit more carbs in tomorrow's workout. But today it couldn't have gone any better than how this day has been. And I'm going to do one more video and then call it because it's getting dark. So I did walking and sprinting today, and I met a new quote-unquote friend, acquaintance. You can see that in my other video. I'm pretty sure I'll run into her again. That's the beauty about these about this walking videos, is that you just never know who you run into, who you meet, new connections, and what they lead to. As a byproduct of all of this is you start socializing and you come out of your shell. Okay? So remember, none of this is easy. None of this is difficult. It's you getting in your own way. Your subconscious brain is telling you to stay comfortable, bro, sis. Stay comfortable, bro, sis. But you have to do the polar opposite of that. It's psychological. It tricks your brain into doing the difficult things first, okay? Okay, next one. Mamba out.